You are now listening to the Checkmate Arcade Podcast, episode 199, recorded on October 23rd, 2014. Brought to you by Frigid Blast Studios in association with NoobReview.com. Welcome to the Checkmate Arcade Podcast, your home for quarter-munching fun. And I am the punishment of the food gods. If your taste buds had not committed great sin, the gods would not have sent a chef like me upon you. I am Spatula Khan. And my name is Stephen Boss, the Dark Boss Man.
And a certain game reference there almost joined the list you don't want to join of Wolfenstein for me this year. I'm MSU Hitman Jason Billingsley.
So what now?
Oh, I had a little bit of adventure with a certain pre-sequel.
Oh, wow. Huh.
Yeah. Thankfully it worked out, but I'll talk about that, and we're going to talk about what we've been playing. We're going to get you the coming soon for the rest of the year. Oh my gosh, this is the time of the year where the list is insane. And we'll also break down the NPD numbers for September, which have some surprises.
I could imagine a few, at least. Considering that was the month that Destiny decided, hey, let's get released.
Yeah.
And then let's not also release a finished game. But, that's neither here nor there.
Bungie violated, what was the GIF going around today? Bungie violated one of their statement goals of terrific storytelling or something. It's like, you forgot something.
Yeah, they forgot actually a few things.
Yeah.
And decided, hey, let's just make the game fun at level 20.
I don't know if that's fun, though.
A different kind of fun. It's a different kind of fun and a different kind of challenging.
Well,
after seeing what the Vault of Glass actually is and what kind of process you have to actually go through to beat it, that's not bad. That's pretty interesting. Now, if there was more stuff like that throughout the entire game, that would maybe be a little more fun.
Not only that, but what you have to go through to get to that point.
The grinding, however, to get that stuff is probably the worst thing you could possibly have to do.
Well, one of us who bought the game has washed his hands of said game, so.
Well, that sounds like a minor interesting story.
Yeah, well, not that interesting, but.
Just a quick story.
Yeah, quick story.
So how about we start talking about all the fun stuff that we have been playing over the past couple weeks with our Now Playing. So, tell me, of the many interesting games that you've been playing, what would you like to discuss first?
Well, I've got kind of an order, and that's what I typed it in. So, It's kind of a chronological order. So, I'm going to start off real quick with the Bravely Default demo. Yes, the demo. I was just at work one day, and I had my 3DS, job number 1, not 2, of course. And I was just bored, and I was like, let's load up the Bravely Default demo. And then I started learning some of the systems, like, I need to upgrade the town that you have to rebuild, and that's the only way in the demo to get the new weapons and armor I need to beat all these quests I'm being given.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like a Facebook game in that way.
Yeah, so I kind of cheated. I mean, I had like 11 villagers thanks to PAX East. So I just kind of like, you guys start building something, put the 3DS in sleep mode because they totally keep building in sleep mode. as long as you have Bravely Default demo booted.
Yeah.
So, wake up. Oh, yep, you guys are done. Okay, start on the next thing. And I have all 3 shops to the max level you can do in the demo.
Cool.
Yeah. So I beat a couple of the bosses, and I probably only have like 1 or 2 quests left. So, I played a bunch of that. And that.
Do you have the full game or no?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I just, finances have not allowed to get it. I mean, that is one game on my short list of, if I get some extra money at Christmas time, that game is on the short list of stuff I want. It's really the only 3DS game that is on my list, because the other one is paid off, so, which we'll get into in the now playing. The other one's paid off, but yeah, Bravely Default I would like to get at some point here, because that game's really good.
Okay.
I mean, old school Final Fantasy V like in terms of the job system.
Yeah.
So that game's really good, and the demo is great. Just beware that if you want to be able to do everything available in the demo, you need some Street Pass villagers so that they can build all the shops for you. Because, even with 6 villagers building a shop, that can take anywhere from an hour to 2 hours to level up said shop.
Yeah, I really don't know that I like that system. At least not for doing the upgrades.
It's an interesting usage of Street Pass.
Yeah, but it shouldn't take hours. It really shouldn't.
Yeah, but I mean, hypothetically, you're playing the game, or worse, you just put it in sleep mode as you go do something else or whatever.
But that's the thing. If you're sitting down with the 3DS, you're gonna want to play the game.
Well, okay,
That's the entire point of it.
Well, right, okay, but I mean, it's just you go do whatever you can, and then once you reach a stopping point or whatever, instead of turning the game off, you just put it in sleep mode. That way, when you're not actively playing the game, the villagers are still doing the work for you. And the 3DS has a very long battery life on sleep mode, so.
Oh yeah. As I've learned.
Yeah.
After having it in sleep mode for a very long time.
Yeah. So, that was just something, I've got time. I kind of want to play, and I didn't have time really to go. I really need to grind some in Persona and get ready for the final 2 dungeons, but I just didn't have the motivation for that, and I didn't really have the motivation to play more Conception 2, so.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm going to play Conception 2, I'd rather play Persona, and Persona I just have to sit down and grind, because I need the dude with Trumpeter.
Trumpeter.
Yeah, there's a Persona you can make. You have to especially combine whatever, you have to do the cards and combine everything. Basically, there's an ability called Trumpeter. It boosts all 3 of your attributes on a single character. It boosts all 3 attributes, and it's one spell. Normally, the spells are increase. One character can increase attack. It's like increase attack, or increase defense, or increase hit evasion percentage. Trumpeter does all 3 in one spell. So you economize your turns, because you can just have, the main character trumpet somebody himself or whatever, and you don't have to spend 3 more turns. It's not like Teddy. You're not wasting a turn on Teddy to do it, because Teddy can do one thing, and then Chie can do one of them, and then I can't remember if it's Yosuke. I think maybe it's Yosuke or somebody else can do the other, but you just get it all in one.
Yeah.
So it's just economizes your turns better.
Yeah. Okay.
And plus that bonus dungeon, oh my gosh, the way it's set up, I know that I'm going to probably pull my hair out, because I already know the tricks to it. That dungeon, your magic, your spirit points, whatever, are halved after each battle.
Seriously?
Yes.
Huh.
But
that doesn't sound fun.
it's not. But if you max up Rise enough, she gives you like 10% back. So literally, I need to grind Yukiko's dungeon because her dungeon has the most SP related draw items in the treasure chests. And then I need to go grind heaven for the XP to get high enough level to get the dude with the trumpeter.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
It's
not fun at all.
Yeah, so it's at that, like I'm at that point like I was at Tales of Vesperia, except there's no money that I can buy to get out of this. It's like that. That's the point. But anywho, I need to get Persona done at some point.
Yeah.
Because now all the stuff, Arena 1's already come out, Arena 2 is out now, Q's coming out, although that doesn't take place after Persona 4. That's in this weird limbo because it can't take place after Persona 3.
Well, there's a lot of things that can't take place in that Persona universe anymore.
Yeah, and then, Dancing All Night comes out next year, and then 5 comes out next year, hypothetically, so... And boy, they were just like, Sony was just like, come on, Sega, come on, put it on PS4. And sure enough, it's like, yeah, it's on PS4 as well. So.
There you go.
Yeah, because I literally don't know. I don't think there's a Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD Remix will likely be the last PS3 retail game I buy. Because literally, Persona's going to be on PS4. Okay, I'm getting it on PS4.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Speaking of PS4, that's where the majority of stuff takes place with, and we'll start, of course, with Destiny, because I got that story done, and I said, "Screw you to this grinding," and I don't really have a solid group to play with. I never was online the same time as Thorbon or Sean and I, so it was just kind of like, "Yep." Here you go, GameStop. $44 for it. Sure, here you go.
That's a pretty good rental right there for what, $20 or something?
Well, it was the collector's edition, but I was able to trade in.
Oh.
But I was able to trade in the disc only, and I didn't pay $100 for the Ghost or for the limited edition. People who know me, why?
Well, yeah, but even so, there was really nothing in that collector's edition.
Well, it was the DLC. So like I could rent Destiny, and I have the access to the DLC once I download it. So, I have the first 2 expansions unlocked. So, it was disappointing, yes, but I was able to maximize my.
So did you hit level 20?
No, I didn't even I beat the story. I was at 18, and then I was like, done. Here you go, GameStop. I didn't even get to 20. I beat the game. I was at 18, and I was like, here. Because I was running. It was literally like a day it was the week that the guaranteed $40 ended. And I was just worried that was going to tank hard.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Oh, you mean like Ghosts?
Oh, well, yeah. Well, Ghosts is the problem with Ghosts is, and if you go to any GameStop or a local indie place, you'll know. Nobody is buying because Call of Duty always goes through this cycle, or it used to, where new game would come out and be crazy for the first few months, and then people would trade it in and buy the previous version, be like, oh, this is better. And then around August or so, July, August, they would trade in that older one and rebuy a used copy of whatever the most recent one was to get ready and hyped for the new one. Well, that chain finally broke with this one because people trade in Ghosts and then they never touch it again. So every single GameStop and GameStop didn't anticipate this because they it was around like July, I think, June or July, they ran this promo where you buy Black Ops 1 and 2 and Modern Warfare 3 for like $30. Because they were worried that they'd be stuck with all these old Call of Duties.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it's not exactly how it worked out,
that's
did it?
not exactly how it worked out, because turn around, people were dumping Ghosts like crazy for Black Ops 1 and 2, and now most stores have problems stocking Black Ops 1 and 2. In fact, Black Ops 2 costs more than Ghosts does.
Yeah, it's so weird.
And Black Ops 1 costs the same as Ghosts.
Well, how much does Ghost cost right now from GameStop?
30.
Used?
Yes.
Jeez. Okay.
Black Ops 1 is 30, Black Ops 2 is 35.
God, you could have bought it new for less than that for a while.
Well, I'm talking the 360 price. It's not gotten that cheap on Xbox One or PS4. I'm just talking 360 price because people are trading that in. Obviously, Black Ops is not on the new stuff.
Right, yeah.
But
right.
But still, I mean, it's just, for a while you just could not find Black Ops 1 or 2. And now it's gotten to the point where stores have a limited supply. But GameStop doesn't have to worry about them, they cleaned out the inventory pretty well of the older Call of Duty games. I mean, Modern Warfare 2 is an $18 used game now. What the hell?
That doesn't sound that expensive.
Well, given that how old it is and it's just a hack fest, like the oldest Call of Duty you can buy that is not a hack fest is Black Ops 1.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, because there was a lot of anti-cheat stuff on that one.
Yeah, and continuing on. Like Modern Warfare 2 on 360 is just the hacked rooms like crazy.
I mean, yes, but it was still fun.
Well,
at the time, it was still fun.
No, no, it wasn't. It was broken.
Not for you.
Well, yeah.
I'm talking about for me.
Well, yeah.
For me and everybody else who was playing it at the time, we had a lot of fun with those weapons and maps.
I traded that game and Final Fantasy 13 straight up for the Alan Wake Collector's Edition, and I've not regretted it at all.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah.
Anyway,
so yeah, Destiny done. I'll probably rent a copy at some point when the DLC comes out, but don't expect me to go all Brad Shoemaker on Destiny. Put me in the Jeff Gerstmann camp.
I was not expecting you to suddenly go, oh my god, now I have to get my light level up.
Yeah. No.
I was thinking maybe you would hit 20 and that would be it.
No, I beat the story and it was just like, okay. Cause it was just I didn't have as much time to play and I just wanted to play other stuff. I'm like, why am I gonna bang my head against the wall with this when I have all kinds of other stuff to play?
Oh yeah, no, I get it.
And so after that I played some Madden Ultimate Team on NFL 15, and I haven't really played it much since because something else has been taking up my sports gaming time. But I've been spending. I did kind of break down and spend some money on cards.
Again.
Yeah, but I haven't spent anything since.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I did spend some money in September on cards and.
Ah, boy.
Yeah.
I'm not disappointed or angry. It's just unfortunate. They really don't deserve the money for that.
Actually, I mean, right now, I think Madden's the best sports game this year.
I know, but still, all it does is encourage them to do it again and again every year.
Well, I mean, Ultimate Team's how they make their money now.
That's what I'm saying. All it does is encourage them to keep doing that.
Well, I stopped after 2 times. Like, I didn't even buy any of the breast cancer ones. Like, I was like, well, I've already spent my money, so I can't buy the breast cancer stuff. I should have waited for the breast cancer ones.
Yeah, I mean, that's the ones you kind of would want to.
Yeah.
Just because, well, it's going towards a good purpose.
Yeah. But no, I was lured by the pulls that people were getting, and then I got no such pulls. And see, they're really evil this year too, because all the special ones, like your breast cancer ones, and all the special things are only available for 24 hours. Yeah, so they're really evil with that this year.
And once it disappears after those 24 hours, is there something special about the pack?
Yeah, I mean,
it gives you a higher chance of getting something.
Yes, yeah, all their special packs give you higher, either a bigger amount of gold or better cards in it, or there's the game changer packs, which are nothing but golds or better. The all pro or breast cancer packs were 3 golds or better. There was the legendary packs that give you some type of legendary, either a collectible or a legendary rookie or whatever.
Man, you know what? Blizzard, you did it right when you did the Hearthstone free stuff. Thank you. I have to say that you did it very well for that. As opposed to EA, who is milking it for everything it's worth.
Well, I mean, they create a format that 2K has copied and Sony has copied for their sports games. I mean, they kind of...
Yeah.
All right, well, because I would be sitting there at times and trying to win, they have auctions. And the auctions only use the in-game coins. But some of these auctions, like I'm trying to get players on the cheap, like I'm trying to snipe. Because these auctions, you set it for anywhere from 1 to 24 hours. And the bids are in 100 coin, they're in 100 coin increments up until once you get over once you get into the 100, you get over 20,000 or something. And then the coins go up in 1,000 increments.
Okay.
Or 10,000, something like that. Once you go into 5 digits, I think it goes by thousands or whatever. But anyway, so I'm trying to snipe some good players at, as low as I can possibly get. So, and when you bid on the items this year, it ups the clock, it pushes the clock back. So, if you bid with under 1 minute left, it pushes it up 30 seconds. If you bid with more than a minute left, it pushes it up 10. But so you're trying to snipe, and so you'll be sitting there and waiting for an auction to get to the low point. So I'd have a lot of downtime. So I pulled out my Wii U gamepad, and while I'm waiting on some of these auctions, I played a couple of Wii U games.
All right.
I played some NES Remix 2.
Okay. What games did you focus on, or did you do a mishmash of stuff?
I did a mishmash of stuff, trying to basically anything to unlock all the bonus levels, anything that I was under 3 stars on. I was okay, let's replay this and get the 3 stars. I totally did not realize that the music changes when you have the cursor on a game that you have all 3 starred. The music changes, it gets louder.
Huh.
And then the game has a glowing thing around it, the square around it kind of glows. But the music gets audibly louder as well. And changes a little bit.
It's a weird touch, but all right.
Yeah, I totally didn't realize that until I started doing this. And I was like, wait a minute. And then I'd flip over and flip back. It's yeah, they did. The music changes. That's weird. Okay. So yes, I just played a bit of that. I think I have 4 or 5 of the core games fully 3 starred.
That's pretty good.
I think I got Punch Out, Zelda 2, Kid Icarus. I can't remember. I've got more than one. I've got a few.
Right.
And I'm trying to get as many stars as I can without having to go touch Wario's Woods.
God, why did they think that was a good idea?
I don't know. Why couldn't they put the Yoshi one in there? At least that one was a competent puzzle game.
It worked, yeah. Yoshi's Cookie actually worked.
Yeah. And then
wasn't great.
I had to start into Kirby, to earn stars. I've had to start Kirby, so I've done a few levels in Kirby.
Why do you say that like it's a bad thing?
I just never played one, so I'm just, like
Okay, but why do you say that's like you're saying it like it's a bad
it's
thing you had to start Kirby as opposed to Wario's Woods?
well, I've not touched that one other than the first one because you have to
You know,
touch them at least once. It's not a bad
you
thing. It's
don't.
just I have no experience. Like they're wanting you to do very specific things. I've played Mario, I've played Zelda, I've played very
Hmm.
little Kid Icarus, but I know roughly. It's just
Well, have you played Smash Brothers?
not much.
Have you ever played as Kirby in any of the Smash Brothers games?
Like once or twice. I know the basic
Uh,
mechanics, but what I'm saying is, it's like that teens video, whatever that GoPro brothers, whatever on YouTube. You drop those 10 and 12 and 16-year-olds in front of Punch Out, and they're getting beat by Glass Joe.
oh, you mean like Teens
Yeah,
React to or
teens react.
some
Yes,
crap like that? Oh,
right.
those
I mean,
stupid videos.
well, I think they're kind of funny, but it's
Yeah,
that thing. It's like you drop me in front of a Kirby game, and in the NES remix, they want they want you to be somewhat familiar with them because I mean you have to be somewhat good at it, and then you're having to do things outside of the normal game under a
right.
time limit,
Yeah.
and you want to get it as quick as possible to get the 3 stars. So,
Well, I mean, it's easy to redo, so it's not a big
well,
thing.
yeah. But anyway, so all right. So the other game I played, and I played a little bit more of, is Shovel Knight, and I've beaten 4 or 5 of the nights.
Cool.
Yeah,
How many nights are there total?
8.
Or you don't know? Are there 8?
Yeah,
Okay. All right, so you're about half-ish.
yeah. That game's so good.
Yeah, it is. Looks so
Yeah,
nice. I really need to just go straight up and buy that game because I still haven't bought it.
yeah.
So good.
All right. So the other game on PS4 I played really quick, and it wasn't even much. I think I played it like a halftime of Sunday night game or something. I played a little bit of Reaper of Souls some weekend here recently where they were like, oh, the goblins have doubled. The treasure goblins have doubled. And that was only on the console.
Yeah, and it was only on the
Yeah.
current gen,
No,
and
yeah, current, yeah.
and last gen was like double XP or something.
Yeah.
It was weird how they divided it up.
Yeah.
And PC gets the shaft.
Yep.
Awesome. Oh, I guess PC doesn't really need to get the extra boosts because it seems like it's pretty well balanced. I'm constantly running into those little treasure gnomes. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I didn't play it for long. I'm still like halfway through the Act 5, the Reaper of Souls Act. I didn't play
Yeah.
it for a whole long while. I do like how kind of the random events come up in the dungeons where it's like, I mean, most of them are kind of the same thing. It's like, oh, here's this treasure chest. Try to unlock it. Oh, survive all 5 waves of people we throw at you.
That's actually fairly rare,
Oh, really? Okay.
at least in the main portion of the game. That's actually something that's fairly rare.
Okay.
There's more ambient events of like, oh, you found this guy or this scroll that tells you something, and go unlock this door and fight the boss that's behind it or something like that, or go loot this cave, but you got to go open this lever to do it. So it takes you through a mini dungeon.
Okay. But I do like some of those touches, and those didn't happen in the vanilla console Diablo 3. So
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I mean, there's been a lot of patches since that version.
yeah. And speaking of Diablo 3 on PC,
Yeah. Mhm. Me and my Demon Hunter have been chugging through the main portion of the game. I think I'm in Act 3. Is that the one with the Barbarian Keep? Act 3?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, that's the one for Act 3
yeah,
because
because
I was taking down Asmodan,
right, yeah, 2 was in the desert, 3 was in the keep up in the mountains.
the Keep in the north. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just about to enter Act 4.
Okay.
And then once I hit end of Act 4, I'll be able to go into Act 5 for the first time with my brand new Demon Hunter, who, even on hard, I haven't had much trouble in a very long time.
Are you using the Crusader as your companion?
Am I? I think that's who I was using.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of breaks the game a little bit with his health regen ability.
Well, even so, I have come very close to death a couple times, where I've had to use my personal abilities to keep myself alive.
Well, I've died. I would suck at the game because on hardcore or whatever it is where you die.
Well, no, not even hard. Yeah, in hardcore mode, if you die once, you're done.
Right.
I would have already been done because I did die once.
Yeah.
Because I was not watching my health.
Well, I had problems early on and still have problems every now and again. The stupid wallers.
Yeah, you know what? Those guys are really annoying.
Yeah.
They make it incredibly hard to hit some of your opponents. Yeah, but other than that, I mean, it's really fun. I actually discovered a portal to Whimsyshire in the last time I was playing it. So a treasure goblin was a rainbow treasure goblin. And when I killed him, a rainbow portal opened.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you don't really get any specific like bonus loot or anything for going into Whimsyshire. It's just a bunch of unicorns and fuzzy things fuzzy Care Bear looking things trying to kill you, which is fun to murder, but it's not exactly that interesting, considering that's all there really is. There's no bonus loot or anything at the end of the map or anything. There's no bonus bosses or anything, so it's kind of just a super colorful, weird place to go, and it's really funny that you're killing all these unicorns that are trying to kill you and everything. But it's not really worth it, per se, to go through those portals. Which is kind of unfortunate, because I would really love to go into the Goblin Gold Vault portal, but I haven't been able to catch any of the goblins with their portal still open. So, still enjoying my run through the first season of the PC version seasons. So, there you have it.
All right. Well, after that, I kind of devoted a lot of time to certain things. First off, and I forgot to vote. There was I forgot now. It's too late to do it now. There was I tried to do it over my phone at work one day, because if you voted for the Golden Joystick Awards and then linked through Green Man Gaming or whatever, they gave you a free Steam code for XCOM on PC.
Oh, that would have been pretty good.
Yeah, that's all ended now, and I got to watching some XCOM on YouTube, watching some old clips and I was just like, I want to beat that, because I thought I was fairly close. So the furthest I was along was the PS3 version of XCOM, and I beat XCOM on PS3.
So the original Enemy Unknown?
Yes.
Okay.
Enemy Unknown, yes. Yeah, I have Enemy Within on 360, but I barely started it.
Yeah.
But I was well over halfway through, really like 2/3 through on PS3. So
Yeah.
a few nights of playing that, and I beat it. I was really lucky. I had 4 psychics out of my squad of colonels that I'd had since the beginning of the games. I didn't lose a single person outside the tutorial.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I wasn't playing on. I think I was playing on easy. I think that one's on easy. I think the 360 one's on normal, but the PS3 playthrough was on easy. And
any particular reason, or?
well, that was carried on from the first time I rented the game. Like when I originally rented the game in October of 2012, it was the PS3 version because that was what was in stock at Family Video.
Right.
And then I bought the game on 360.
But any particular reason why you chose easy mode?
Because the game's really hard, so I was like,
It's not that hard.
I don't know, I just did. Then I started on 360. I think I put it on normal on 360, Enemy Unknown, and then stuff happened. I didn't get around to it, and then it came out for free on Plus. So then I played it. I downloaded it, played a little bit of it, and then I was at that Target in Fairview Heights, Illinois, in like August, and the disc was on clearance for $4.50. So I was like, this is worth the 8 gigs off of my PS3 hard drive, so sure. And then it was just sitting there. I was like, I'm like 2/3 of the way through this. Let's just beat it. Yeah. So I can at least say I added to the list, and I did. What was funny was that I had like 4 or 5 psychics on my team. 2 of them were like my sniper colonel and my heavy colonel, who was the guy from the original part of the game. So they were wearing the psi armor. And I got to like the last chamber, and like I send like the heavy colonel in first, and then I send somebody else in, and then my sniper standing in the middle of the doorway a couple spots back, and because of the squad sight, he's got a straight dead-on shot of the last dude. So it's like double tap, bam, bam, dead.
All right.
I love double tap on sniper. Bam, bam, dead. And then the game ends, and I don't want to spoil anything. I mean,
yeah. It sounded like you were about to say something, but then you just said, eh.
Yeah, I mean, the game ends, and yay, Earth is saved for now, and
woo, humanity, yeah, hooray!
Yeah, and I'd be interested. I need to see. Seemed like the game. I mean, it never ran best on PS3. I mean, that's the worst version of the game, just in terms of how it runs. It's an Unreal game, of course. And yeah, it did kind of. The ending really was chugging there. I could tell.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, I beat it, and at some point I'll try to probably get into Evil Within. I really want to play multiplayer of this game. I have Enemy Unknown on 360 as well. I have Enemy Unknown on 360 and PS3, and Within on 360. So please play some multiplayer. Please, I want to play multiplayer.
It's one of those games that I definitely want to get for 360. It's just I have not been able to play too many games for the moment.
All right, so moving on, I decided because for those that don't know, and EA and BioWare have done a bad job about marketing this. I mean, the hardcore know about it. There is this PC web app that's currently in closed beta and is closed now. Until sometime in the next couple weeks, it's going to open up to all. It's called Dragon Age Keep. And this is going to allow you to, let's say you were a 360 player who's going to PS4. Or you're divided between 360 and PC, and then you're going to play the new one on whatever. Or, what have you. This is the application that will read your save data that you've sent to BioWare and let you create your custom Thetis as it stood at the end of 2. Or if you played Origins and 2, it literally reads all the DLC, that you, it reads every decision from the game. Everything about both games is read. And then you can edit it if you want, or just use the choices you made, and then you're able to export that, and that be the state of your Thetis as you start Inquisition.
Okay.
So because of that, because they did a video about a month or two ago showing the basics of how the system worked, And I was like, well, I have one piece of Dragon Age DLC I never played. I bought it when it was the one time it was on sale. So I played the Golems of Amgarak, whatever DLC.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you pronounce that one.
Yeah, I don't know. And, it's okay. It doesn't look like all the other Dwarven areas of Origins, thank goodness. But man, that is like a 1 hour throwaway thing.
Oh, wow, I completely missed that this was the first game.
Yes. Origins.
Okay.
Yes.
I thought this was DLC for Dragon Age 2.
No. All 2 had was Exiled Prince, which was Sebastian, which was free if you pre-ordered. $7 if you didn't. And then it had Legacy and Mark of the Assassin. That's all Dragon Age 2 had. There was going to be an Awakening-sized full expansion dealing with Sebastian's family issues, but it got canceled because 2 sold half of what Origins did.
Yeah.
And EA said, we're not going to milk this game anymore. Start making the third one, make it better.
I mean, that's a good thing to say, because, wow, they needed to.
The Legacy and Mark of the Assassin, I've said this before, those are awesome. And I would really...
Okay, but I never played them.
Well, you missed... Well, no, you've got 2 on PC, don't you?
No, I have 360.
Oh, well, I forget what... I thought you had... I forget what you have.
Dragon Age 2 was the first game I played, and it was on 360.
Okay, I got that confused.
I have the PC version of Origins, which I've never played.
Okay. I forgot. I should have alerted you all the Dragon Age DLC was half off last week.
I think I saw it briefly.
Yeah. Because Legacy and Mark of the Assassin are awesome. But anywho, so Golems was the last thing. I have done everything possible with Dragon Age. I mean, well, not everything. Everything possible in a singular playthrough of Origins, Awakening, and 2. I have played it all through one time. So, if somebody possibly got into the keep on the last day of the closed beta, somebody might be able to go in and play around a little bit before the public beta. Hypothetically, of course.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah. So, alright. So, in the CAGcast hype, like if we had a hype train, I'm on the Inquisition hype train. Woo woo! All aboard the Dragon Age Inquisition hype train. I am your conductor.
Well, if you ever get hyped for Far Cry 4, come join my train.
Alright, yeah, we're on the same day.
God damn. Far Cry 4. Holy shit, that looks so good.
Give me Dragon Age over that any day of the week. I will say that it's kind of...
After Far Cry 3?
Yes,
that's the new thing. So it just looks so good.
Okay. I will say Ubisoft did a really sneaky thing and kind of sucky as well. So their collector's editions don't have steelbooks, but if you order the game directly from Ubisoft for $5 more than what the normal game would cost, you get a steelbook and an art book. Or you can pay $20 by itself just for the steelbook.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you can buy the steelbook by itself for like 18 or 20, or pay $65 and get the game with the steelbook and art book.
What? Why would they do that? That doesn't make sense.
Because then the people that bought the collector's edition, they'll get them for another $18. Or
ugh, jeez. Seriously.
And that's only for PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Yeah.
They don't. Well, that's the other reason they sell the steelbook separately, is if somebody for PS3 or whatever wanted it, or 360. Well, you could buy the steelbook by itself.
Yeah, but for $18 friggin' dollars, I mean, come on.
Yeah. But Anyway, so I'm all about the Dragon Age hype train, and
Mm-hmm.
we're what, 4 weeks away,
I don't
and I
know.
got the Inquisitor edition coming that's gonna almost bankrupt me, but
Ah, boy.
hey, that is a super limited. That is like the most limited edition. That is going to be the one that's worth the most money since the Grand Theft Auto Last of Us ones. Like they're going to be worth that much money. Like
We'll see.
yeah, as limited as they are, yeah,
Mm. All right.
yeah.
Anyway.
All right. So moving on. Now, the sports game that I was playing quite a bit of that I rented, um, and it's NBA, but it's 2K14 because, as I've said before, I was like halfway through, 2/3 of the way through the season. I'm now 3/4 of the way through the first season. I've played like 60, 62 games, so I'm in March. I've got 20 or so games left in the season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the top four of the Western Conference. I had some real injury cheese, and it caused me to have to, like, literally every point guard on the roster in this one game got hurt. This has been a while back, and they were all hurt for anywhere from 1 to 3 or 4 weeks. So there was a stretch of like 5 or 6 games where I literally had to play the entire game
What do you mean?
because there was nobody to back me up. Like the only other guard on the team was a shooting guard, small forward, and they wouldn't put him at point guard.
Okay, but what do you mean you had to play the whole game?
Literally, the AI.
Do you not normally play the whole
No,
game? Or
because normally you would get tired, and it's like an NBA, like players sub out.
oh, okay, you were doing your player.
Yes, my
Okay.
career, yes, which is the major. Unlike Madden, where that mode hasn't taken off as much in NBA because they have a whole story, like there's a whole storyline that plays out. That's the major mode for NBA 2K now, is my career.
Okay.
So yeah, so literally every other point guard on the roster was hurt. So I had to play all 48 minutes for a few games there. And then right when all the point guards started coming off injury, then DeMarcus Cousins, the star center, got hurt. So he gets hurt, so now I have to do all the scoring. Like I can't just
Hmm.
dump the ball to him, and because he and I were the all-stars on the team. I mean, he was 20 points, 10 rebounds a game. I'm at like 32 points and 8 assists and 2 steals a game. So now I'm having to do everything. I don't have someone else to play with.
Right.
You know.
Except for all the other people
Well,
on the team.
right, but they're not as good. Like my
Well,
rating is up to 90 now. Like I'm a 90 overall. The only thing I can't do is dunk. Like I put no points into dunking. I can do everything but dunk.
Well, I mean, you don't have to dunk.
Yeah. I'm a 6'2" white guy. So I figured it wouldn't be that realistic for me to dunk. So.
Yeah, but 6'2", you could probably dunk.
Well, you can, and you have to spend the points. Yeah, because I literally have not spent a single point in it. So.
I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure somebody who's 6'2" could at least dunk a few.
Yes, yeah, but not if I don't spend my points with that. So,
right, yeah.
Yeah, I've been concentrating on all the shooting stuff and everything. So,
right.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean that's been a lot of fun. And the thing with 2K15 and the next game I'm going to mention have a couple little game angels that I might be getting some gifts from.
Meaning?
Meaning, I might have gotten some games gifted to me, like that were downloads.
Huh.
Perfectly legal, nothing illegal.
Right.
So I may have had some guardian angels giving me some games for free.
Okay.
One of those may be NBA 2K15 that hasn't downloaded yet because I'm taking it somewhere else to download. Shout out to Bodox Games because, 50 gig games or even 20 gig games are a little hard to download.
Okay.
So I may have 2K15, just not completely.
Mm-hmm.
But one game I have fully is Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor.
Ah, okay.
So,
Are you a proponent of this story actually being good, or is it just an extremely well put together action adventure open world game?
it's fine. I think the story's fine.
So you're kind of more towards it's just a really good action adventure open world game.
They do a good job tying it in to Lord of the Rings, to the story most people know. I mean,
Right.
there is a major story spoiler I won't say here, but they link the thing that you're linked with. They link him to the Lord of the Rings lore in a very meaningful way for people that are hardcore into that.
Mm-hmm.
Which also ties into why Golem is there.
Right.
It links both of them.
Okay.
So so they've done a good job of linking the story to the main Lord of the Rings story.
All
so
right.
It's not like we'll get to Borderlands and say it's not a throwaway thing.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of stories that are throwaway, not just some of the things in the pre-sequel.
Yeah, but they do a good job. I mean, it's not, hardcore Lord of the Rings people would probably find it more the more you have played or watched Lord of the Rings, the more. I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings person, but I've watched them. But the more the Tolkien person you are, the more you'll care about the story. But if you don't care, then you're able to be like, oh, okay, and then just move on. Or you'll at least be, oh, okay, that's an interesting way to tie things in, and then move on, which is the camp I'm in.
Yeah. All right.
So, but yeah, the core gameplay is really, really good. And I am really nervous. Well, not nervous, but I mean, I'm really puzzled as to what the 360 PS3 version of this game's going to be.
I don't know.
You strip the Nemesis system out, and I'm literally like, how do the quests work? Because there's storyline, like mandatory quests in the current version of the game that literally are you teaching you how to play around with the Nemesis system and getting this one character up the chain.
I don't know. I think they just don't do that. I really don't know. It's so weird.
I don't understand how this game's going to work.
I don't know.
I mean, at that point, if you are like Alien Isolation and Evil Within will work on 360 PS3, Isolation requires an install. How Evil Within doesn't require an install, I'll never understand. But but those games hypothetically work at a lower frame rate. This is literally the game. This is literally like, you're not Ubisoft and big enough to do a second, game. It's hypothetically the same game. At that point, I would have just been like, we're just going to cancel these. I would have just canceled them because I just don't know.
I have a feeling it's because the install base is too big for them to just straight up ignore.
Well, I mean, what is Warner Brothers doing with Batman? Batman is new only.
I don't know.
At that point, why don't you just get...
Well, I mean, it's possible that this game was already in development for 360, PS3, and then moved up to X1 and PS4.
I guess, yeah, but at some point, I don't know. And then you can be so, like, it's so funny. I mean, we'll talk about with Borderlands, but, like, everybody on the IGN, like, Facebook forums they just act like the 360 PS3 and even the media to some point. And granted, I don't have pay TV, so I don't have to worry about cable box or anything. But you hear all these, oh my god, oh, I'm not going to buy pre-sequel because I'd have to re-hook up my Xbox. Da 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 da. It's sitting in a closet. Blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, I have a Wii U, a 360 with an HD DVD player, a PS3, and a PS4 all hooked up. And that's the way.
How many inputs does your TV have?
Well, that's the thing. If I want to play the Wii U on the TV screen, technically at some point I need to get an HDMI splitter. Right now, I have 3 things wanting to use HDMI, and the Wii HDMI cable is just laying in the back, so I have to swap out inputs. And then I basically take the PS3 one out and put the Wii U one in. And then the 360 I've got going through component.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've got enough inputs.
So you really don't have that many inputs overall, though.
No, I've got...
You're kind of starved for inputs.
Yeah, but that's all I need. Like I said, I don't have the cable box, so...
Right, but still.
Yeah, I'm fine. If I have to swap input, if it bothered me enough, I would get an HDMI splitter, but I'm not to that point of being bothered enough yet.
Right.
I just had to. I did have to unhook my GameCube, so my GameCube got unhooked.
Yeah.
Tier, but
I guess. I guess I might have to disconnect my PS2 whenever I get a new console.
Yeah.
Which sucks because I still have so many goddamn PS2 games I haven't played.
Oh, same with me, but that's what the PS3 is for. But
yeah, good for you. Considering they don't make that version of the PS3 anymore.
Yep. And I'm always, please don't break. Please don't break.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so Shadow of Mordor, I mean, you've heard a lot about it. The game is awesome. It's one of the best games this year. I really like now, they do a tweak to the Batman combat because Batman never had, like, his special takedowns and stuff. They never gave you the ability to reduce the amount of consecutive hits, right? The Batman...
What do you mean?
Like when you hit square and X or whatever to do whatever super takedown move or whatever with Batman. When you would hit square and X together, or, X or A and Y or A and X,
whatever the combination was.
Yes, whatever the combination was. You know what I'm talking about. Your 2-button, like you've gotten enough hits in a row. Okay, now I can hit 2 buttons together and do something really cool.
Yeah, knock like 1 or 2 guys out immediately.
Right. Those were always set links with Batman, right?
I think so, yeah.
Mordor does a really...
I think there were like 5s and 10s.
Well, okay, so like with Mordor, it starts off at 8. Like you have to get 8 in a row to be able to do one of these moves. First off, they do more moves. Like he literally has 4 or 5 different moves depending on the 2 face buttons you press. And you don't have them all at first. They unlock as you progress the story. But what also unlocks, and I'm not to that point yet, but you can see the whole tree, and that's kind of like the next level of things that unlock. Instead of 8 hits, you can reduce it down to 5.
Okay. So, yeah, kind of like the way Batman does it it reduces it from 10 to 5.
Oh, okay. It did have that? Okay.
It's one of the abilities that you reduce it from needing to be 10 to, I think, half.
Okay. Did Batman have the thing where you... I don't think Batman even had this, though, where once you unlocked that special ability, you could do 2 of them before it reset?
I don't know.
See, that's one thing with Mordor. As you progress down the skill tree, once you get that special move, you can do 2 of them before you lose it. Like you could do like 2 of those special moves, and also...
Well, I mean, as long as you kept your combo going, you could do another one at 10, 15, whatever.
Yeah, and Mordor does that too, but what I'm saying is each time you hit that threshold, instead of, you do it once and now you've reset, now you can do it twice before you reset. Or, you get 2 instead of, oh, I've hit 5, now I can do 1, and then I can keep going till 10 and then do another one. Now it's like, okay, 5, I get 2 of these, and I can carry to 10 and get another 2, and carry to 15 and get another 2, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
And then also he unlocks there's an ability you can unlock where you can take 1 hit and not lose the combo. Which really helps with because I try to do, there are certain missions where you build the legend of your weapons, and like there was one that took place near like where one of the war chiefs are. There was a story mission, but then there was also the sword mission there. Like, okay, let's do the sword mission. And it was literally me in this pit of like 3 waves of 100 dudes each, and yeah, I tried it twice and got beat both times. And I was just like, yeah, we're putting those away for now. So basically I've just been ignoring the side quest with the sword, with all the weapons, until I get some of these newer abilities unlocked. And I've gone...
So what is this building legend of weapons? What?
The weapons, there's these 3 sets of side quests that deal with your dagger, your sword, and your bow and arrow. And as you complete these, it unlocks more abilities on them. Or the abilities cost less. And So...
so it's basically just ways to upgrade it?
Yeah.
Oh, alright.
Yeah. So, but they're super hard.
Like, I can imagine after what you just said.
Yeah, like I did one with the dagger that appeared very early on, and it wasn't that hard. Then I'm like, okay, let's do this. This sword one's nearby. Let's do the sword one. And then I was like, okay, yep, I'm putting these aside and not doing them for a while.
Well, hopefully you'll have enough runes later on that you'll be a little more powerful.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the power to unlock all the stuff in the skill tree. Like, if I was able to, once I get the ability to reduce the amount of hits to 5 and then get double the finishing moves, I could get through that sword thing pretty easily. And also I can take a hit without losing the combo. Like, I have those 3 things, I can probably plow through most of those side quests.
Okay.
Because I got pretty close the second time on the sword one, but it was just like, oh, I got hit once, there goes my combo.
Right. Well.
Having 2 one-hit kills would be really nice instead of just 1.
Yeah. I can imagine.
And only needing 5 hits to generate it versus 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's just a great game. The only, like, I've killed like 4 of the first set of war chiefs or whatever, and I'm at the story mission where the scraggly little orc guy, whatever guy that he's gotten to be now the bodyguard for one of the war chiefs. So that's like the last war chief left. Like literally, like if you see the Mordor's army on my screen right now, it's just almost all empty spots. Like I've just gone through and I've murdered a whole bunch of them.
Well, eventually there will be more.
Yeah. And I think there's a second map that opens up, I've heard, so...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was another area.
So... I haven't played that one in a while, but man, that game's really fun. I need to get going on it here. I've been having to wait a while to download that. And there's another game I didn't mention to download, and then NBA is still not even done. Like, NBA is only like a third of the way downloaded. Because, so I have to get NBA downloaded.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Middle-earth, if you have a new console or a PC, that game is awesome. If you're on 360 PS3, I would definitely wait. And it's coming out in the middle of so much other stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how gimped it's going to be.
Yeah.
That's kind of my issue. I'm like, I don't know that I want to get it on 360.
No, I would not.
Because if they're not going to have the Nemesis system, that's a pretty big subtraction out of the game.
Yeah. All right, next game I played, because it was on sale, I finally got it, was Assassin's Creed Liberation HD.
Okay.
It was
And
$5. I
Liberation HD is which one?
That's the Vita. That's the HD remake of the Vita game.
Okay, all right.
Aveline.
Right.
The 3 different costumes. You have
Right, okay.
the slave, the lady, or the assassin.
All right.
And it's $5. It was on sale a couple weeks back. $5. I played about an hour or two of it. Got about as far as I did on my Vita rental of it. So cool game. $5, sweet.
Yeah.
Cool Assassin's Creed game. There is going to be the Americas, the Birth of the New World collection of Assassin's Creed. It comes out next week. It's Assassin's Creed 3, 4, and Liberation Liberation HD, all in one package. So,
well, 2 of those games are worth checking out.
Yeah, exactly. 3 sucks.
Yeah, a little more than it should have.
All right.
It had so much potential, and then it was all wasted.
Yeah. All right, so the last game that I played this week and almost got really worried in was Borderlands, the pre-sequel.
Oh, you downloaded that one too?
Yep.
All right, so what happened? What caused you to have a problem?
So I'm at the end of, I guess, chapter 4. Like, I'm at the end of, a major story quest. And I'm going through one night, and I've gone through the whole level. I've beaten the boss. Then after you beat the boss, there's this small little section you have to complete with some turrets and stuff. And I'm going through that part, and my 360 locks up.
Oh, wait, are you talking about the satellite dish?
Yes.
Okay, so you went through and you beat Red Belly?
Yes.
Okay. All right, now I know where you are.
Okay. I was trying not to use any names if possible for a spoiler. It's the end of chapter 4.
I mean, unless you know what Red Belly is, that doesn't mean anything, okay. I don't think.
All right. So, yes, that's where I was. And the 360 locked up. It was late, so I was like, okay, fine. I'll pick this up tomorrow night.
Mm.
So I booted Pre-Sequel back up.
Mm-hmm.
It dropped me on the opposite side of that level where there's a side quest with some dude looking for... Yeah, there's an exclamation point on that other side of the level, and there's some dude over there, and you have to go find something, and you're on you can jump across the lava and get to where that fort is.
Oh, the guy who was looking for his friend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it started me on that side. So I was like, okay, I'll do this. Let's start the side quest.
It's a really quick side quest.
It was really quick.
To be fair.
Yeah, it was really quick. Everything was on that side. So like, okay, sure, got it done. Jump across to the fort, and the first thing I did, I was getting, and then I'm like, okay, I need to get my weapon set up here. I'm like, wait a minute, I have all the loot I got from the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, because it saves.
Yeah. Okay. But then I get to the fort. The gate's closed again.
Huh.
And if you remember, when you first start that, there's a cutscene that plays where the boss unlocks the gate and sends some more guys after you.
Mm-hmm.
Or first it's turrets, and then he unlocks the gate, and then...
Yeah, there's 2 turrets that pop out of the side.
But that never came up. So I was like, okay. So I left the area, came back, still didn't happen. So I'm like, oh, damn it. So then I go post on the Gearbox forums, da-da-da-da-da. Do I have to restart, or what do I do now? And I post that, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go try one more time. I'm going to leave and come back one more time. And the second time I leave and come back, the cutscene plays.
Oh,
so
geez.
I get in, and all the guys have respawned. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that happens anyway.
Yeah.
Even after you finish that area.
So then I get to the boss room. They're still dead.
Okay.
So go up, hit the button. Oh, it's not working. Go out on the roof with the satellite and da-da-da-da-da and finish the quest. and advance the story.
Huh. All right then.
So that was just weird. That was that Wolfenstein, like, because Wolfenstein, right at the end of
Right.
the beginning, I had the game freeze and crash to the game's start screen. I even crashed to the PS4. It crashed to the Wolfenstein menu screen. It's like, oh, your save's corrupted. I thought
Wow.
I was going to have another one of those, but luckily I did not.
Yeah. Huh.
So I'm at the start of Chapter 5. I'm in the middle of Chapter 5. I was trying to do a couple side quests there. So that's where I'm at. I ended up
Okay.
picking Athena.
Yeah, she's pretty. Yeah, she's a pretty good character overall.
Yeah, the reason I decided is because the left side of her skill tree has the thing where when she's using the shield, you can start the health regeneration.
Hmm.
So that's the whole reason I went with her.
Well, there's actually some class mods for pretty much every one of the characters that regenerates health.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those. Like the only class mods I've seen for her was fire rate and shield capacity. I haven't
Mm.
gotten a health regen one yet, but so I mean I've been liking her all right, and it's kind of cool. Like I don't know, because like you don't choose your character until after the opening cutscene plays. So I want.
Well, I mean, you can, but I don't think it's locked in until then.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So maybe by default, like, can you play the opening? Like, does the opening cutscene different if you choose like some other character before
No,
you hit start?
no.
The opening cutscene is
As far as I know, no, it's not different.
okay. I just wonder though if the gameplay.
That's I think that's a story conceit that's how the story opens.
Okay.
Is that person
So
telling the story?
okay, so even if you're not Athena, is that because the game story is told very similar to how it was in Tiny Tina? It's all
Yeah.
told via flashback. So like, it is Athena and the Borderlands 1 characters doing all their talking and stuff.
Yes.
Okay, that all still happens even if you're
Yeah,
playing.
that happens no matter what character is getting used.
Okay,
It's just how they deliver the story.
okay. Just curious. So which character did you?
Well, I started off as Wilhelm the Enforcer. Man, he has so little personality. He's just all about the getting paid. Let's kill stuff.
Yeah, I kind of liked Athena. Like the opening cutscene played out, and I was like, okay, all
Yeah.
right, this is pretty cool.
But I'm actually also playing as Claptrap as well with my cousin, Wandering Storms.
I was just seeing his skill
So,
tree, and his was just way too wacky. It was like, oh,
well,
let's.
the center tree, the one that just benefits you and your teammates, is really good. It's all the other trees that are just like, I don't know that I want to sacrifice accuracy or gun damage or whatever, because that's a little too
It's
chaotic.
like they
But
took the Necromancer and let's go even crazier.
well, not only that, it's like they took the Necromancer and the weirdest parts of the Psycho skills.
Okay.
It's like, okay, well, this is a huge detriment, but could potentially cause a lot of good positives. It's just you're making a fairly big trade. So,
This game still seems very popular. My GameStop had a lot of pre-orders for the 360 version.
well, I mean, it's not so far from what I've played. I haven't really had a bad time. It's just Jack is still such an asshole.
Well,
Even as supposedly a hero, he's still an asshole because he still did a bunch of things bad before he got to the position that he was in currently.
yeah, I mean, you kind of see his character shift at the beginning of Chapter 5. You see like a major character shift,
Yeah.
and I'm sure it just gets, it just gets from there. I do like the little Easter egg with Moxie that plays out.
Um, not entirely sure which one that is.
Well, it's the story quest, like when you find her secret lab.
Oh, the secret room?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, alright. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call that an Easter egg because it happens during the
Oh
story.
yeah, but just you see Moxie differently than she has been in the games. So you see that the paint and some things like that is just an act.
Well,
It's
yeah.
her costume.
Well, I mean, it's the personality she's trying to put forth.
Right.
So
yeah, but that's really fun. Like I really like that. I was like, oh man, that's pretty funny. So the game's really good. I mean, if you still have your 360 or PS3 hooked up and not, oh my gosh, this is going to be so horrible to rehook this up. It's a very good game. It's one of the better games this year.
Here's the big question for you.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to play a game where the story isn't quite as good as Borderlands 2, but gives you way more interesting things to do?
Yeah.
So maybe you're not going to enjoy the story as much. So far, it's been okay, but not groundbreaking or earth-shattering. So,
Yeah, I'm like level
I don't know.
I'm like level 11, I think.
I hit like level 12 last night.
Okay, so we're pretty close.
Oh, yeah, for my enforcer, yeah. My claptrap's like level 10.
Oh, okay.
9 or 10.
The thing, that game is shorter though. Like there's only 11 chapters. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I know that. I know the game's shorter. It's much shorter.
Well, I mean, it couldn't be a long story because the entire story is, oh no, something's going on with Helios. Let's get back to Helios and stop it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really not that much to it. But, I mean, so far I've enjoyed some of the side quests.
And of course, you and I both have this game from PAX East codes. So
Yeah. Yeah, so I've got the digital version. It's not like I can get rid of it.
Yeah, same with me. So
I mean, I technically could delete it, but
well, yeah, I mean,
that serves no purpose.
You have the digital rights to that game as long as 360 is a thing.
Yep.
As long as you have the games on demand version, which I found it very nice by 2K that they gave the PAX East people because the game didn't come out for download until Wednesday, but everybody who had a PAX East code already redeemed got it on Tuesday. So I thought that was rather nice of them.
Yeah. Well, that didn't really matter for me because I had an incredibly hard time even logging into Xbox Live or Xbox.com just to even get the code redeemed on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Oh, okay. I just did Tuesday night straight from the console, just bloop, 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 and
I wasn't at home all that week, remember?
Well, right. Well, I was
until that Friday. I was not even in the house.
I was at Bodox to download the game because I.
Yeah, I know.
So, all right. So that's after 12 games. That's all I've been playing. So, Steven, what have you been playing?
Let's just stick with Pre-Sequel just for a second. I like the idea that you can use. I like the idea that you're getting way more moonstones, which is the iridium currency in this game. It's so much better than what the iridium drops were, because now it's actually dropping.
And I got so much as a bonus.
Yeah, you get like the 30 something as a bonus just for having the previous games. Yeah,
and then basically to that crazy dude, I spent it all on the backpack upgrades. Like I'm up to the full 27. Like he is sold out.
Yeah.
The backpack upgrades. That's all I did was just once they introduced the moonstone, and I had a bunch free, and it's just like spin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the first things you want to upgrade, because 12 spots in your backpack is never enough. No. Especially when you can only use 2 guns at the beginning of the game.
Yes, like WTF am I going to be able to have a third gun?
Man, yeah, I think I'm finally on the mission that gives me a third weapon slot.
Okay.
I think. Man, it's a really long way in, though.
Yeah.
It should have been a much earlier quest to give you a third
It
weapon
should have
slot.
been the end of Chapter 4, because that feels like the first major point of the game. It should have been right there. You should have gotten the third one unlocked.
Well.
Yeah.
So far, I still don't even have it, even though I'm level 12.
Oh, and then they put out so many shift codes. I have 21 golden keys.
For Pre-Sequel already?
Yes.
Huh. Okay.
Well,
actually, you'll have to send me some of those codes because I didn't see any.
Well, a bunch of them are expired by now. There was a bunch of them. I just literally last week or Sunday, I went through all of them. And I was like, I punched them all in.
Well, there was one code that they sent with an email announcing, "Hey, Pre-Sequel's coming out here. If you use this code, you'll get a bonus."
Yep, I did that. I did both 5 key codes that came out the week of. I did a bunch.
Oh, see, I didn't even know there was 5 key codes.
Yep.
That.
Yep.
Damn it. Now I am very unhappy because now I don't have all those keys.
Yep, I have 21 keys.
Damn it. So, how much are you enjoying the Oz kits?
I understand, and unlike Destiny, they actually, you're on a moon, there's less gravity, da-da-da-da-da. I mean, it all makes sense. Like, everything makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't sit there and I'm like, oh boy, I'm going to jump up and then do the ground. Like, literally, I found some Oz kit at the beginning that had 150 oxygen, and it had some other minor effect, and literally,
I think that's the whenever you pick up the oxygen tanks, you get health.
Yes, that's it. That is it.
Yeah, it's a really good mod. Yeah. I don't know why they give you something so powerful right at the beginning.
Yeah, because I think it's a storyline thing or something.
Yeah, it's a story quest one. You can either choose that one or the reduced air cost or reduced oxygen cost for boosting in the air.
Right.
One.
Yeah. But
and then you also get extra bonus gun damage while in the air.
Right. And there's a ton of those. I was getting these Oz kits that have these crazy effects, but they're all 40 less oxygen, 50 less oxygen. Yeah. I'm like, screw that. I want my 150, because even with the 150, I'm running around trying to find the areas that are pressurized or the little pockets, and to let you explore a little bit. So
yeah, it is unfortunate that they do put you on such a timer.
Yeah.
But after you hit level 7 or 8, you're kind of just I'm running out of air. So what? I've got so much health still at this point. It's whatever.
I don't really have that because of you get with that mod where the oxygen tanks also heal you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it does make the game a lot easier, but I just see all these Oz kits and have really cool effects, but I'm like, it's 40 to 50 less oxygen in the tank, and then the Oz bottles don't heal me. So, sell.
The one things that it does allow is for elemental slams, which some of those are really nice. Because when you're coming down from jumping above somebody and then slam down, and then everybody around you is suddenly afflicted with corrosion, that's pretty useful.
Yeah, if I use the slams, but again, I'm just I'm running out, I'm deathly afraid of running out of oxygen, so I never do the slams.
You will never be in a situation where you will die from lack of oxygen. If your ability has any healing on it at all, you will be fine. You'll be perfectly fine. Because as Wilhelm, I've been running around with Saint, who heals me, and Wolf, who just does the damage. And Saint just heals me just more than enough to compensate for any health loss from oxygen.
Well, see, Athena doesn't have that. I'm just now getting the health regen when I have the shield up ability, so...
Right. But there's also... see, that's why you need to play in a group. Because Claptrap has a team healing a bunch of team heal abilities and a team heal mod, which gives everybody on the team health regen.
Yeah, that's the mod that the Siren had in Borderlands
Essentially
2.
Claptrap is the group healer / group ammo regener and / kind of just help the group, period.
Yeah.
Also, he doesn't use oxygen because, hey, guess what? Robot.
Right. Yeah.
So that's pretty fun and useful.
If I go through with a second character, it would probably be Claptrap.
Well, I'm trying to go through and get all the achievements because, once again, I'm a little crazy. And it's not that super hard so far that I don't think I would have too much trouble. I might have a little trouble where I would need to grab 4 people total to do this one mission. But I think that's probably the only mission where I need 4 people. And that would be the only achievement that requires you to have 4 people definitively. But yeah, so far I'm liking it. So far I'm very much liking it. I guess we could just work backwards. So not only was I playing Borderlands the Pre-Sequel, but I was also playing a bunch of Borderlands 2. Since we had just finished up the main campaign on True Vault Hunter mode, my cousin Wandering Storms and I finally went into Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep DLC, where we both remembered, or where I remembered how freaking amazingly funny Spatula Khan is.
Yeah.
In that one cave that he is in. And he discovered Spatula Khan for the very first time. And, yeah. It's been a running joke between he and I that every time I'll street pass with him, I'll do Spatula Khan as my quote. It's been pretty funny. We keep ourselves amused when we're not at home. Anyway, we got to about a quarter of the way through before Pre-Sequel came out, and since then we've kind of just been playing through Pre-Sequel. I do want to make sure I go back and let him see the entirety of that DLC, because it really is the best. But other than that, not much. Alright, so let's go backwards onto Diablo 3 for PC, where pretty much just been playing my seasonal Demon Hunter character. Damn, I was playing it so much for so long a couple weeks ago. Now that Pre-Sequel's out, I think I'm kind of leaning more towards Pre-Sequel at the moment. But I do intend to go back and finish and get all the way to Act 5, which I bought on sale for $20 when they had a PC sale for the Reaper of Souls DLC. So I guess eventually I might create a Crusader, but not just yet. Then I was also playing some Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft. Not really much else to say. Apparently I found out that there is a iOS and Android version coming out sometime next year for the phones.
Oh, okay, for the phones, okay. Yeah, because there's already for the tablets and the phones. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think they're going to try and do it for the phones now. So should come out sometime next year.
Yep.
That's kind of all I really know about it. That's kind of all the information I've got. Then we'll switch to 3DS, which was where I was playing most of my games because I wasn't home for an entire week. Alright, played a ton more Pokemon Y, got all my Pokemons up to level 50 or just above level 50. So now I'm ready for the double battles, which I don't know how much longer those will be a thing because the new Pokemon games, Omega and Alpha and Omega Ruby and Sapphires, come out shortly.
A month away.
Oh, it's a whole month?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So maybe we'll have time to play some double battles with Scott. But other than that, kind of wasn't really doing much with Pokemon other than leveling them up. I still haven't hit the highest rank in the Battle Chateau, or at least I don't think I have. I don't know how many battles I would have to do to get to that absolute highest rank. I don't know. But then I was also playing some Pushmo for the 3DS as well, and I hit my limit.
Finally.
I finally hit the limit of how much the game could deviate from just puzzle challenge to jumping challenge. Because at a certain point, it doesn't just keep ramping up the puzzles challenging. It starts turning into jumping challenges. So I don't know. It's really weird that they force you to do jump puzzles instead of brain teasing puzzles, because the brain teasing puzzles were really fun. That was the point. That was the reason I bought the game in the first place, was because they would challenge my brain rather than challenging my ability to just make these random weird jumps from one corner of a block to another that's like 3 levels separated in between them. Because you can only normally jump one block. And that one block is, you can kind of fudge it a little bit by going higher up and jumping over. You'll get one extra block over. But even then, that's not exactly something that I wanted to be doing. So I think, no, you know what? I know I'm done. I'm definitely done with the Pushmo for now. And probably for good, just because I couldn't quite finish all the puzzles, but what I did finish were the puzzles that I thought were really fun. Because now it's into this whole, well, now we're going to give you extra pieces on the board that you don't need to use, and we're going to make you do a bunch of weird jumps to get to where you need to go. So, yeah, it's a good game, but it hits my limit about 140 puzzles in. So, probably the last time you're going to hear about Pushmo. Then I was also playing the Super Smash Bros. 3DS demo. You know, the one that I got that has unlimited plays. Yeah, I still just don't like using the circle pad to do the moves. It just doesn't feel good to me. So unfortunately, can't say anything else about it. But yeah, played a bunch of rounds and just was not feeling that circle pad for the moves. I just couldn't pull the moves off as quickly as I normally would on a standard controller. So then I deleted that one because there's no reason for me to ever go back to it. So that's pretty much it for Smash Bros. 3DS. Then the last and final game that I was playing for 3DS and for the past couple weeks was Mario Kart 7 for 3DS.
Hey, I have that.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people have that game. I hear it's really popular and really good.
Yeah, I wish I didn't know you had it because we could totally play it.
Yeah, I've got it. And now I've started playing it, finally, after all these many months of just having it sit there. So I went through the first two 50cc cups. One was the brand new maps, and the other one was the first 50cc repeat maps from the previous games.
Right. I think I did the full set of 4 on 50cc. I did all 4, which were new maps, then all 4, which were the old map or old tracks.
Okay. Well, I was only able to get through the first two 50cc's on those. But yeah, it still plays really well. That blue shell is still a bastard.
Yep, but see, in 8, there's counters to it.
Yeah. Does the raccoon tail in 7 stop it?
No.
Or no?
No.
No? Okay. So that just stops all the other stuff?
Yeah, stops everything else.
Okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But yeah, I really like it. It plays really well. It was obviously a little too easy on the 50 cc's, so once I get up to 100 cc, maybe I'll get a little more challenge.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I haven't really messed with customizing the cart too much. I looked through the stats and I was like, I'd rather just have this balanced cart that I start with. So just stuck with the balanced first carts that you cart pieces that you get initially.
Yeah.
And had some fun racing some carts, throwing out some shells, throwing down banana peels, and screwing over my opponents who are behind me in second and third and fifth, and then getting screwed by the blue shell, and then getting back into first, and just riding first all the way. So I had some fun with that while I was away, and that's pretty much all the stuff that I've been playing. So how about we get over to all the games that are coming soon for the next 2 months?
Yep, the rest of the year. Oh boy.
Because there's a lot of stuff. All right, Jay, what's coming out these next 2 months?
All right, we're going to start with the consoles first, as always. November 4th, and, well, technically November 3rd if you pre-order, because they have that whole Day Zero campaign. But essentially November 3rd, 4th, Monday, Tuesday, the big game, as always, the first Tuesday in November, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, it looks so much better than freaking Ghosts.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm kind of in a multiplayer limbo, so I'm not getting Call of Duty. So,
well, I mean, you don't have the console that everyone else has, where they're most likely going to play it.
Right.
So yeah, that's unfortunate.
Well, the 2 weeks before the consoles come out, I asked the Ragtag Facebook group, "Hey, we're all still PS4,
I know.
Right?" Yep. Okay.
And then some of them did get PS4s, but then also got Xbox Ones.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So, the other games coming out that week, Wolf Among Us for everything but Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
The BioShock Infinite, the complete collection for PS3 and 360.
Okay.
Of course, that's going to be the core game plus the
all 3 pieces of DLC.
Yeah. Rabbids Invasion for PS4, Xbox One, and 360.
Huh. Weird set of consoles.
Yeah. Because this is going to require some type of camera.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's going to require it's a Kinect required game on Xbox, and I'm sure it'll be a PlayStation camera required game for PS4, and then PS3 just
Yeah. I mean, even though they do have PlayStation Eye for PS3, right?
Right, but it's probably, I guess, not accurate enough.
Yeah, maybe not quite high enough resolution.
Yeah. All right, then Rocksmith comes out. Technically, Rocksmith 2014 edition comes out for PS4 and Xbox One. I think that's just like some type of complete edition. Because there's no Rocksmith 2014 that I know of coming out on 360 and PS3, so that must be the current PS3 360 game just with everything or a bunch of extra stuff or something.
That's certainly possible.
And then Moto GP 14 comes out for PS3, 360, and PS4.
And that's what? Bikes and quads?
Not quad. It's just bikes.
Oh, okay.
It's like the motorcycle, the quote unquote road motorcycle races where they have, like super hang on, where they got to lean. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So then November 11th, the heavy hitters are Assassin's Creed Unity for PS4, Xbox One, and PC, and then Assassin's Creed Rogue for PS3 and 360.
Yeah, I don't know that that's a good idea to release them both on the same day.
Yeah. Although it concentrates all your Assassin's Creed sales on, at the same time, because before it was going to be, you were going to have Rogue come out 2 weeks before Unity.
Yeah.
So now you just have them come out the same day. It just makes it hard. It's going to make it hard for the GameStops that aren't as good at keeping things straight in your Walmarts and Targets and stuff, because they're going to say Assassin's Creed, and or the moms and dads and grandmas and stuff, they're trying to buy Assassin's Creed for their child, significant other, whatever, and then it's just like,
which, if you're buying that for a child, what are you doing? It's a game about murdering people.
You say that.
I know, but still, what are they doing?
I'd rather them buy that than Saints Row and Grand Theft Auto. But
I'd rather them not buy any of those, because that doesn't make it any better.
You say that, dude. just trust
seriously, me. Just take an interest in what your kids are playing. I mean, seriously.
I know. Just trust me.
Anyway.
The other heavy hitter, of course, that day is Halo Master Chief Collection for Xbox One.
Yeah.
But
also not appropriate for children. It's more appropriate than some of the other games, but still
that has always
really not appropriate.
That has always been a really light M.
Yeah, but still not exactly the most appropriate thing.
No, I don't know. I would debate a little more heavily with that, but all right. Well, then, okay, here you go. Lego Batman 3 on everything plus Wii U. So there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Except for the fact that I hate that all the Legos talk now. So
we're old, Steven.
I know Legos shouldn't talk.
All right. Well, there's also Pro Evolution Soccer 2015 for all the systems, because sure, Konami put it out almost 2 months after FIFA. Sure.
Well, they got to get it out sometime, right?
Yeah. Then you have Shape Up for Xbox One, also known as the worst part of Ubisoft's press conference this year. Tropical.
Oh, right. That's the one with the push-ups thing,
the
right?
The crazy mini games.
The weird things appearing on your back when you're doing the push-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just weird.
Yeah.
Damn.
Tropico 5 for 360.
Sure, yeah. Those games are chugging along pretty strongly.
Yep. Digimon All-Star Rumble for PS3 and 360.
That sounds like an arena fighting game.
I don't know. I know what Digimon is, but
right.
I didn't realize.
That sounds like arena fighting from the title.
I guess. I don't know. I didn't know Digimon was still around.
Yeah, it's still a thing, okay. Man. They've not quit on that.
Okay.
I think they recently put out another season,
okay.
Which, new characters and stuff.
Payday 2 Safecracker Edition for PS3 and 360.
So I'm guessing that just has all the DLC?
Yeah. I've seen that's been out on PC, that specific version, for a while. So, okay. Interesting. Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric for Wii U.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yep. And Planes Fire and Rescue for Wii U.
Yep, there you go. Oh boy. Show tie-in and movie tie-in.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right, November 18th. Led by Dragon Age Inquisition for everything except Wii U. And Far Cry 4 for everything except Wii U.
The only question I have for myself is, where am I buying that game? because I'm buying that game day one. Because I enjoyed Far Cry 3 far too much to wait.
All right. Well, for the new consoles, there's also Grand Theft Auto 5 for PS4 and Xbox One, and WWE 2K14 for PS4 and Xbox One.
Okay.
2K14 will have the exclusive My Career mode, much like the the basketball game has, where you take a dude from NXT all the way through WWE with a scripted storyline and everything. It seems to be more options as to how the story progresses than in NBA, so seems pretty awesome. Little Big Planet 3 for PS3 and PS4. The disc for Minecraft 1 on Xbox One.
Oh, that's when it's coming out.
Yeah. It's out as a download right now. Has been for a while, but the disc doesn't come out until the 18th. Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor for PS3 and 360.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Highly hesitant on that one.
Let's see here. Where was I? Game I've heard hardly anything about. Escape Dead Island for PS3 and 360. It's some type of cel-shaded, isn't it? Like a 2D game or...
Which game?
Escape Dead Island.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean...
No idea.
Not seen anything about this game. MXGP14 for PS3, 360, and Xbox One. Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Adventure Time, The Secret of the Nameless Kingdom for PS3 and 360.
Okay.
No Wii U on that, which I found kind of surprising because the other ones have been on Wii U, but...
Yeah, that's odd.
Hatsune Miku Project Diva F2nd for PS3.
God, the sequel. Jeez.
Monopoly Family Fun Pack for PS4 and Xbox One, because, hey, Ubisoft has a license now, so we got to put out new Monopoly games.
Okay. Well, I mean, you might as well, because Monopoly is still popular.
Yep. Watch Dogs for Wii U.
Huh.
Yep. And finally comes out.
Yeah.
And then November 21st, Friday the 21st, is Super Smash Bros. For Wii U.
There you go. Finally learned the date in the past couple weeks.
And what did I say? Did I not call this like 2 months back? I said Smash Brothers is going to come out the last Friday before Thanksgiving, before Black Friday, the same day as Pokemon. I called this like 2 months ago. I did not get 3 steak dinners from it like Jose Altero from IGN got, but I had this.
I think I remember that, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
It's just been a very long time since then, so I can't remember exactly. If you said it on the show, yes. It's recorded somewhere.
Yes, I said it on the show.
Well, then it's recorded for posterity, obviously.
All right, November 25th, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, you have Akiba's Trip Undead and Undressed port to PS4.
Oh, God, that game still.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And Penguins of Madagascar for Wii U.
And another movie tie-in. Damn. Huh.
Then we actually have games in December this time, which is not always the thing, and that's why we're just adding them on here. And
yeah, it's rare, but it does happen.
And some fairly significant ones. So December 2nd is The Crew for everything but PS3 and Wii U. So it's PS4, Xbox One. It's also on 360.
Huh.
Yeah. But PS3 owners are probably going to be satisfied with Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD Remix the same day.
God. They really need to let that series stop.
Oh, you gotta build the hype train back up for 3 now.
Yeah, I know.
Spent so much time on the handhelds. There's like the games that like this will be the first time tons of people play the Birth by Sleep because it was stuck to PSP, And Disney doesn't allow these games to be sold digitally, so you can't buy this digitally. You have to buy a disc.
Yeah. Well, that actually is interesting that they don't let games get sold digitally, because a lot of their back catalog got put on Steam.
Yeah, with your split seconds, the studios they own, yeah, but not.
Yeah.
The Kingdom Hearts games have always been the exception. I
Weird.
don't understand it.
I don't know.
Terraria gets put out on a disc for PS4 and Xbox One.
Sure. Yeah, why not?
And then the Wii U gets Captain Toad Treasure Tracker and NES Remix Pack, which is NES Remix 1 and 2 on disc, both for Wii U.
Okay.
Then a week goes by with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then December 16th is Guilty Gear XRD Sign for PS3 and PS4.
I mean, let's just keep adding on to those titles.
I guess that's just a really weird date. The last time a game released late in December was Old Republic.
Fair enough, yeah. But I was mostly just because of the title. It's just absolutely madness.
Right.
They just keep adding on extra syllables and characters to it.
It's not Yu-Gi-Oh yet. Yu-Gi-Oh had the worst ones.
I mean, not yet, but they're getting there.
Getting there. All right, moving on to the handhelds. November 4th, Walking Dead Season 2 and Wolf Among Us for Vita.
Mm-hmm.
Carts, of course. 3DS gets Harvest Moon: The Lost Valley.
Sure. Okay.
November 11th, Lego Batman 3 is on both handhelds. Tales of Hearts R is GameStop exclusive, GameStop / Bandai store exclusive physically, and also on PSN.
Mm-hmm.
This is, of course, the Tales game that they didn't bother to they have subtitles but no English dub, so.
Well, I mean, it does cost extra money.
Yeah. Sonic Boom, you get the 3DS version, is subtitled Shattered Crystal.
Oh boy. Okay.
3DS also gets Planes, Fire and Rescue.
Yep, there you go.
Hello Kitty Racing.
What?
Hello
They
Kitty.
did a kart racing?
Yep.
What? Okay.
It's on the list.
Okay.
And then TMNT Danger of the Ooze.
That's probably based on the TV show, I would think.
Yeah.
So, alright.
November 18th, you get Hatsune Miku, Project Diva F2 for Vita.
Yeah.
And Adventure Time, The Secret of the Nameless Kingdom for 3DS.
Sure.
And then, of course, November 21st is Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just can't get any hype for those games. Not those specifically.
Okay.
I mean, they're remakes. I can't really get that excited for the remakes. It hasn't been that long since those games have been out.
All right. Well, November 25th is Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth for 3DS, and also the GameStop exclusive Persona Q 3DS XL.
Mm-hmm.
Which looks really nice, and I wish I could afford getting that because that looks so nice. And
yeah, but it's not the new 3DS.
Well, right, but given how bad I've heard reports of the port of Xenoblade performing on the new 3DS, kills my incentive to get the new 3DS.
Well, you don't want a faster CPU in there? You don't want a little bit more RAM?
Well, it's just the one game that's exclusive to that. You're telling me that the port of it runs like junk, so it's just like...
I'm just saying that you get all the extra bonuses of having everything load faster.
I want the Grimoire.
Be a little snappier.
I want the Grimoire. I want the really cool looking 3DS.
Alright, I'm just saying.
All right.
I would be okay with getting that 3DS as well.
Yeah. And then
That looks pretty kick-ass.
Yeah. And then Penguins of Madagascar for 3DS as well that day.
Mm-hmm.
And then December 5th, Friday the 5th, is Ultimate NES Remix for 3DS. This is NES Remix 1 and 2 on 3DS.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you would have access to them.
Yeah. That sounds pretty good.
And
depending on the price.
Yeah. And then sometime before 2015 is Minecraft on Vita as a cart. The download came out last week.
Yeah, so, I just saw it.
Yeah, so have no idea. The cart is going to come out, I'm sure, at some point before the end of the year.
I think that's what they said, right?
Yeah, but we don't know when yet, and since we're not going to do another one of these until before February, we're not going to do another one of these for 2 months, so I'm just going to put sometime before 2015, Minecraft for Vita will be a cart.
Actually, I think they said it should be available now for cart.
It's not out yet.
Well, that was the last news story that I saw.
Well, it literally just got put as a download last week. That's not enough time to print the carts.
Yeah, they said starting online on October 14th, and then
I'm
guessing October 15th, they were saying it was going to be available in retail locations. So, I don't know.
Not yet.
Maybe that changed.
Yeah, something's changed, because it's not out yet, trust me.
All right,
but it will be out sometime, so just keep an eye out if you're wanting the Vita card of it. And finally, that is all the games.
Man, that's a lot of games.
Yeah.
Whew. All right, well, I think we still have enough time to do...
Sure.
Yeah, I guess we have enough time to do NPDs.
Yeah.
All right, so let's hit the NPDs for September.
Yes.
Now it's that time of the month that causes gamers worldwide to be crabby and irrational. No, it's not PMS. It's NPD.
All right, hit me with the numbers.
All right, so so people are aware, this tracking period started the beginning of September, and it went through October 4th. So it does include the first 2 days that Smash was on sale for 3DS.
Any particular reason?
Because September ended in the middle of the week, so a lot of times when the last day of September the last day of a month falls in the middle of a week, they'll extend out through the end of that week. Yes.
Okay.
So like your October numbers are going to be October 5th through November 1st.
Okay.
It's just the way it'll work out. So.
All
right. So overall retail was up 2% compared to last year, but that's on the base of hardware sales being up 136%.
Mm-hmm.
Software actually was down again 35%.
Probably mostly because people are buying digital.
Yeah.
Be my guess.
And even though rumors said otherwise, it turned out that the PS4 was still the number one selling console of the month, around about 550,000 units. Michael Pachter had said that his sources led him to believe that Xbox One would break the PS4's streak as the number one selling hardware in North America. That was proved to be incorrect. Yes.
Well, I mean, they did have a lot of interesting sales in September.
Well, Xbox One also had the free game promotion, which in my areas was more popular, although they acted like the Destiny bundle was going to be very limited, but now, they apparently resupplied the Destiny bundle because that's almost all that's out there.
Mm-hmm.
But, so it sold about 550,000 units for number one, which is triple what they did in August. So Wii U sales are up. They're up 50% from their August number. So not enough to give the exact number, but there is some growth from nothing to something.
Yeah, well, it's not hard.
Right, and Hyrule Warriors came out, and although Hyrule Warriors did not make the top 10, it did sell 190,000 units in the week. Yeah, about the week it came out, like the 20. It was out for about 1 week, so in 1 week it sold 190,000 units. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Mario Kart, and then Mario Kart 8 sold another 60,000. It's up to 1.2 million, which
it's
good for
good
Wii
game.
U, but the worst Mario Kart sales ever. But
it's not that much different if you go backwards in time.
3DS sold 140,000 units, which is down 40% from last year.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, didn't the Pokemon games come out in September last year?
No, that was October.
Was it October? Okay. Yeah, a lot of people getting 3DSs though for Pokemon. So we'll see what happens in November. But then let's get into the top 10, because some of this other stuff has to deal with what you kind of figure is the number one game. All right, Reaper of Souls was 10th on the list, with PS4 being the number one seller, followed by 360, then PS3, then Xbox One, then PC.
Weird.
Yeah. Disney Infinity 2.0 was 9th, with 360, PS3 being the lead ones, then Wii U, then PS4, Xbox One. Sims 4 debuted in 8th place. Minecraft, 7th place.
Still on the list, though.
Yep. NHL 15 in 6th place, with both new-gen versions outselling the old-gen versions, even though the old-gen ones are the better game. 5th with 1 week of sales, although I figure this is going to be a heavy player next month as well, is Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, because this game had absolutely no hype till it came out.
Yeah, that was weird, because it looked good. And everything they had been saying about it sounded okay. So it's weird that it didn't have that much hype going into it.
Number 4, and impossible to find at retail right now, is Super Smash Bros. For 3DS.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate that the damn slide pad, thumb pad thing. It's just, it doesn't feel good for Smash Brothers.
Why in the world Nintendo decided to go back to 2013 levels of cart printing for this game, I have no idea. Because literally, you cannot buy it at retail.
I don't know.
All right.
No idea.
FIFA 15 is fourth, or the third, number 3 bestseller. So Xbox One getting shafted again, because FIFA 15 sales break down to PS4, 360, PS3, then Xbox One.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2 is Madden, with 360 still selling the most, then PS3, or PS4, PS3, Xbox One. So Xbox One last again.
Jeez.
And then we get to Destiny, which...
Okay.
number 1 game of the month.
I mean, obviously it would be, because they sold a lot of units.
The best-selling game of the year so far.
Yeah.
The best...
I mean, they hyped it up a lot.
Best, most amount of sales of a new IP in 1 month ever. PlayStation Plus subscriptions have doubled since Destiny's launch, which has also led to PSN getting a 90% increase in revenue versus last year. But since the console bundles do not count towards Destiny sales, the actual top, quote-unquote, top SKU for Destiny is Xbox One.
Oh, jeez.
But that's not counting the 500, the hundreds of thousands of copies that were sold with new and bundled with PS4s, as PS4 is the number 2 SKU, followed by 360 and then PS3.
Yeah. So it must have been pretty close numbers-wise without the bundles.
And Smash, so 4th place, sold 705,000 copies combined in those first 2 days. That's digital plus physical. But like I said, you cannot find that game at retail right now. It's just, it's not there.
I would have been willing to get it if it wasn't for the damn thumbstick.
Yeah.
It does not feel good for something like Smash.
Nope. I'm all Wii U with that game.
Yeah, that might be the one game that forces me to get a Wii U, and then I'd go out and get like the other 5 or 6 games total that I actually want from the Wii U library at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you got Hyrule Warrior in terms of retail games. You got Hyrule Warriors. You got Bayonetta 2. You got Lego City Undercover, Zombie U.
Well, I mean,
Smash, Mario Kart.
The minimum amount of games that I would actually want personally, yes.
I mean, you got Zelda, Wind Waker HD, New Super Mario Brothers U.
I mean, yeah, but a lot of those I already own, so it's like I don't really need to buy them again.
Well, I'm just saying the best ones available.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of really good games, but I think there's like 5 or 6 total that I would want to add to my library.
NES Remix Collection out on disc would be coming out.
Yeah. Although I'd probably just add that on my 3DS. Because that actually seems like a good place to put it.
Wonderful 101.
Yeah, that would be a game that I would want to grab from a Wii U. Along with Bayonetta 2.
Yep.
And there was another Mario, the Mario game.
3D Land.
3D Land?
3D World.
3D World?
Yeah, 3D World.
3D World.
Yep. The bundles now have that. The newest bundle is 3D World and Nintendo Land for $300 with the system. And I'm sure those will be on sale on Black Friday.
Probably, yeah. And then obviously I'll have to get Smash for Wii U.
Yep.
Because goddamn, I love my Smash.
Yep.
And I'm very picky about my controls for Smash. Not so picky that I would need to connect the GameCube controller for it, but I'm just saying.
Give me the GameCube controller.
I really do like the GameCube controller. It was a very comfortable controller.
Yeah.
However, I'm not so picky about it that I need to have it just for Smash.
It's nice that they're doing it, and
yeah, it is.
Lucina and or Robin all the way. I've got to learn one of those too.
Well, we'll see. I still like my Captain Falcon Ganondorf, because Ganondorf was just a heavier Captain Falcon. But we'll see who winds up on the roster. I think Falcon's the only one on the roster this time. I don't think Ganondorf was. Don't remember. All right, so anything else for the NPDs, or we good?
Nope, that's it.
All righty, that's gonna do it for the episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the show through iTunes, Zoo. We almost went to the Zune again. Whoops. Through the Xbox Live Music Marketplace, or wherever you get your RSS feeds from. You can also find us on Facebook at Checkmate Arcade with 2 words. Or you can find us on Twitter at Checkmate Arcade, no spaces.
If you want to follow me on Twitter, and if you're tweeting at Checkmate Arcade, I'm going to be the one that sees it, most likely, because my phone will keep track of both accounts. I am at MSU Hitman. That's also my username on Xbox Live and PSN.
And if you want to check out my Twitter account, it's at DarkBossman, which, I don't know, like a week ago? Something like that? Apparently, Brian Brushwood followed me on Twitter. I was incredibly confused. He's a magician who's been on This Week in Tech quite a few times. He's like a street magician. It's weird. He does a lot of weird things, eating fire among them. He was also on an episode of the Totally Rad Show when he was teaching them how to eat fire. I just thought that was really weird. I don't know what I did to get him to follow me.
Okay, I have that beat both in fame and weirdness.
Okay.
I have 2 professional baseball players.
Well, I mean, that makes a little more sense because you're tweeting about baseball a lot, right?
Well, not a lot. I mean, mostly it's retweeting stuff about the Cardinals or something, or tweeting, at Owen Good. If it's sports game related, it's Owen Good with Kotaku or Pasta
Yeah.
Padre. But yeah, somehow in all that, I got Jose Bautista, the star outfielder for the Blue Jays, and Irvin Santana, pitcher for, as of this year, the Braves.
Huh.
And this is their official, like, verified Twitters.
Right. Weird.
Yeah. Kind of the
Well,
same thing as you. Just one day, it's like Jose Bautista. It's like, what?
I opened my email and I had a message like, "Hey, @Schwood is following you." I was like, what the heck did I do to get the follow?"
Right. Yeah. Same way with me.
Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, just go ahead and follow us on Twitter. Weird stuff happens,
Yeah.
apparently. And if you want to listen to the show on the go, you can get the Stitcher app for your smartphones. So that's going to do it for this episode. I have been running around with my spatula, dealing out delicious justice to all those who oppose me and your opposing taste buds. My name is Stephen Boss, the Dark Boss Man.
And I am so glad I did not have a repeat of Wolfenstein. I'm MSU Hitman Jason Billingsley.
I'm glad you didn't have a repeat of what happened to you in Borderlands 2 for so many months, where you had your file corrupted or whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe we can play some Pre-Sequel together.
Yep.
And Wilhelm will be asking for more money. Man, he is such a one-note guy. But I guess that's why I like him. All right, so that's going to do it for the episode. Maybe we'll see you on live, PSN, or maybe even on the net.
Peace out, everybody.